Boston. Jordan. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
Pushing 5 to play in the third. Kobe. Crawford. Hogan. Bring it on, Kobe, baby.
You are now tuned into the chat room. Your favorite baller's favorite podcast.
All right, so welcome back to the Chatroom Podcast. Today with me, I got Coach Francis.
What you do?
We got S.A.
Yes, sir. We the champs.
We got Dwayne.
Going on.
We got Rob.
Yes, sir.
And for anyone that's been paying attention, I always promote this podcast on this one here. So we're doing a special crossover event. So in the building today, we got Neno Rockwell from the Not So Soft Podcast. Let's just jump into some of the topics. We got a few that are going to be different this time. It's not just basketball, but we're going to mix in some of the culture into these ones. So
because I'm woefully undereducated.
It's all good. It's all good. We like different perspectives on this show.
Yes, sir.
So first question. Has everybody watched any of the versus battles that's been going on
Absolutely.
Instagram?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so from the battles that you guys have seen, the verses that you guys have seen, which one to you do you guys consider the best? We'll start with Neno on this one here.
Oh, good, because I can steal everybody's answer because it's the only right answer. It's the Beanie Man Bounty Killer one.
We all in agreement. We're all in agreement.
Yeah.
We're all in
So
agreement.
I'm glad I got to go first. That was the hardest one.
Forward.
That was the best one, man. I mean, they did it right. They were just aggressive enough. They were entertaining the entire time. They were there together. It was flawless. And I'm one of those dudes, that's not my first go-to type music, but I knew just about every song, and any song I didn't know, I was entertained the entire time. Best one, hands down.
It was definitely for the culture because you got the whole you got the real Jamaican dancehall, the real clash for clash, sound for sound. You got the real one. You got the real raw of that when they were going tune for tune. And then you got them freestyling on the rhythm together. You got that, and it was just, and then you got his daughter came out dancing, and then of course he had the police come in. It was just it was honestly they scripted it, it came across that way because everything that you would want in a Jamaican clash, you got it. The only thing you didn't get was the shots busting. That's it.
Well, you did get that on the DJ track. We also got a bonus with a Big Belly Beanie.
Yeah.
That was a sight to see.
Oh my god! And those dance moves.
This man changed his stuff 6 times though. To start it, he had a white shirt on, and he had a white button up on.
Wardrobe changes.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm about to do that for this pod.
So for me, it all depends on the feeling that you really liked. Because to me, the top 2 were Beanie Bounty and Alicia John Legend. And I think that Alicia John Legend, especially it being on Juneteenth and the way how they started it off, how they went into it, them being in the same room, them singing background vocals on each other's songs, it was a different feel to it compared to the Beanie Bounty. So if I'm going the traditional what verses is supposed to be, the 20 songs, that's it, I'm saying Alicia John Legend. But if I'm saying overall feel, I'm saying Beanie Bounty. But if I gotta go with just how verses is supposed to be set up, then I'm going Alicia John Legend.
The thing is the awkward 2-stepping Alicia John Legend were doing when they weren't on the piano.
Don't forget. It was bad, but don't forget This made the Beanie Bounty kind of made me look at Bounty a different way because he vogued at one point. So like, so if we,
I mean, when you put that much work in the game and you have that many alleged bodies, you can get away with a couple of voguing. I'm probably not going to be the one to tell him he should.
That's true, but like Beanie looked pregnant at one point. Bounty vogued. So like, if I gotta put those two up against an awkward John Legend, Rich Man two-step,
I feel you.
right? And then
Good point.
And you even had Chrissy Teigen in the comment like, "You said you're only going to be gone for 2 hours. Get your ass home." Like, I was yeah, but to me it just all depends. But overall, I'd have to say Beanie Bounty was the best.
I agree.
one.
I think that was the most exciting one that we saw. I mean, another one that I had up there as well, that just for me personally, was the DJ Premier and the RZA one. I thought that one was pretty good as well. I mean, the vibe of the room, that they're going kind of record for record. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt about that one, but I thought that one was up there as well.
Yeah, it was good. Just the only thing I didn't like was that like RZA's whole setup was fucking around, but
but you know how he is. Like that's how he is. He does like he's got the whole samurai theme in the background, the music video showing. That's how he is. So.
Man, but if I gotta give like an individual MVP award to somebody, it's gonna have to be Jadakiss. Jadakiss is the MVP of the verses because I don't know how he didn't kick over the bottle.
Shouting out Duce.
Yeah, like they had to cut off his mic when they went into the extra time because he just wouldn't put down the mic. like, the man said, "Yo, I'm not gonna explain anything. I'm just gonna go into songs and then explain for like 3 minutes." I was like, "All right, Jada, I see you.
Yeah.
When you decide to drop Victory out of nowhere, you got some explaining to do, Jada. I need to know everything about everything.
I'm upset he didn't
He sounded
play
like he had a great story that kept getting cut off. I wanted to hear the rest of that shit.
Oh man, I thought all the secrets were coming out.
Oh yeah.
They were like 2 Duce shots away from getting sued by Puff.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, definitely. And you know what killed me about
Dirty Dog.
What killed me about the battle too was Kiss just kept saying, "Yo, this battle is sponsored by Ciroc." And they didn't drink Ciroc once in that battle. They just kept drinking the Douce. I was like, all right, I see you. All right, so seeing that we're talking about like the versus stuff.
Wait, hold on. We're not gonna say anything about Teddy Riley.
That's horrible.
What?
I mean,
we're not gonna do like no honorable mentions or nothing. All right.
Honorable mention for
A for effort.
We're giving it to Babyface if there's an honorable mention.
For sure.
Yeah.
That dude was so patient, man.
Oh,
he was so patient.
He had the look on his face like, I'm just about to kill you, and this is all the problems I have to deal with. Like, and we have to reschedule, and I'm still going to do the same thing and kill you. Yeah. Like, it doesn't.
If killing you softly was a person, it was Babyface.
Yeah, hands out.
Plus, Teddy Riley keeps getting killed in the comments. Like, I think during the John Legend, Alicia Keys, him and Tony Parker was going at it. Y'all didn't see that? Or Tony Parker was like talking about how Teddy Riley should take notes, and then Teddy Riley was talking about, but you broke. Why you gotta bring up my income statements for him? I don't know what's going on.
Man, the versus battles really, if you just watch the comments, you'll have a good enough time. But then on top of that, once they're playing the good music, you're like, all right, cool. But those comments, they go in.
Hella fun.
Yeah. Especially every time Teddy Riley gets in there. As soon as they pop up and they see that he's live in there, they start going in on Teddy.
Teddy's got to make a burner account to comment now.
Exactly.
Man, take notes from KD.
Actually, don't do that.
oh, please do
that. But let's talk about a different type of verses. So, to you guys, what has been the best diss track ever made?
For me, because this track's song title is now used as a verb for beef, it's definitely Ether by Nas. Like, no competition. She went in on Jay-Z. The beat was grimy. And again, it was so impactful and it was so deadly that when you are trying to cut somebody down, you say, I'm going to ether that dude. Right? So for me, it's Ether. No contest.
Yo, I'm going straight to Francis. I want to go straight to Francis.
No.
Come at me, son.
Go to Neno. I want to hear Neno's take.
Yeah,
I know Neno is not a Nas fan, so I want to hear what's happening right now.
Okay, for the record, it is not that I'm not a Nas fan. I'm one of those people, like, if it's fuck the other side and I'm riding one, it doesn't matter what it is. So when KD and Brody were going at it, it was fuck KD forever. Until Westbrook tells me it's okay, it's still fuck KD. I don't care how great he is. It was the same with Shaq and Kobe. I was like, fuck Kobe forever. Then when Shaq said, I forgive you, Kobe, I was like, we all do. I'm fine now. So yeah. Kobe, So when Hov said no more Nas, that was it. And it took them to get on stage together for me thing. But during the battle, that I'm not listening to one of the best lyricists open up his album with fuck Jay-Z. Nah, get out of here with that. I'm not listening to that. I'm not listening to that. Plus, I feel like the general idea was that Nas was mad emotional and he didn't say anything truthful. And I mean, that might not be the case, but I'm one of those guys where flow, delivery, cadence, and lyrics is super important. But you got to have all four to me. Hov's Takeover was structured. Nas sounded like he had a lot of run-on sentences. He sounded, it wasn't structured well for me.
That's the thing about it. Everyone could take over with it, but that's not the song he went up against Nas with. He went with Super Ugly.
Yeah, it's true.
That is true.
Yeah, but
y'all can't even give credit to the actual clapback. Come on, don't.
Hold up. But I am a Hovenger. I am a Hova witness. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper of all time, and nobody can tell me anything different about it. So when I'm like, when people are talking about it, if anybody asks me, So me and the boy AI got more in common, other than balling and rhyming. Get it? More in common, and he led you all the way to I fucked your wife. You're not really topping that. But I mean, all that aside, the greatest diss track ever was the diss track nobody knew was a diss track, which is Victory.
Yeah.
That's the one. Because it has the coldest line that took me about a decade to realize he said it. Dude said, I'm in your mama crib waiting, duct taping your fam. Destiny lays in my hands, gat lays at my waist. Everybody knows what that means on the outside, but the rumor is that Big was dissing Nas, and Nas's daughter's name was Destiny at the time. So when you say that line back, it changes the whole shit. He's at your mama crib waiting. That is the coldest diss, and I never knew it was coming. I didn't know it took me like 7 years. That's it.
What?
Interesting.
Dwayne, what you got?
For me, I think the one that sticks out the most, and I'm sure you guys have heard this one, was Ice Cube, No Vaseline.
Oh my God.
Jeez. When he went at Dre and those dudes, he was in a dark place when he did No Vaseline. Damn.
Yeah.
He went hard in that track. And obviously... Pause. Good catch. Pause. Good catch.
Well, going hard and no Vaseline.
Word. That's a big pause on that one. But yeah, I think that's the one that sticks out the most to me. I mean, even the beat was cold too.
Yeah.
That whole flow, his flow in that one, that he went ham in that. So yeah, that one's the one that sticks out to me the most.
All right, if I'll go our era, and I'm gonna go with 50 killing Ja Rule. when they went on Victory. Even Busta Rhymes in there calling Ja Rule by his first name. Hey, yo, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
So, like,
That's the worst when people call you by your first name. They don't even call you by your call you by your government.
all of Aftermath killed Ja Rule. They said he's singing, and then they all end up singing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I've never seen such a hard takeover in rap. Like, he was on top, and the 50 came in, and they just...
And it was just like that. Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
it.
man.
He's a race of the culture.
Yeah. That was rough. That was rough.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, what you got?
Mine is way different because like I grew up on dancehall and reggae and stuff. So like,
Which cartel track?
Yeah, definitely. Nah, like mine was when he came out with "Don't Run" after Sting.
Basically, why don't run?
Yeah, basically because he dropped that song like 2 hours after they clashed on stage at Sting, and he told him to stop running. And it's just like, and like Cartel is so underrated as a lyricist because he's Jamaican. But like if you take in his wordplay and like how he jumps on the beat, jumps off the beat, and changes his flow and stuff, I'd put him up there as like a top lyricist, but he doesn't get looked at it as that because it's
that was his older stuff at first.
Yeah.
After he started singing. Yeah, because at first he was rhyming.
Like as a pure lyricist, he's like, and then that kind of made Movado's career kind of skyrocket because now Cartel obviously in jail and Movado's looked at as this international dancehall superstar, but it's crazy because Cartel is still making big hits and he's in prison.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite track just because. Yeah, he dropped that like after they were on stage performing. He went back to the studio, an hour and a half, 2 hours later, he put out a diss track. This is "Fuck You."
Yeah, so I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, so that's just it. And then like if I'm gonna go to like rap and stuff, it's definitely "Takeover" from Jay-Z. Like that's like that's like one of my.
Where are the punches?
I can divide. I mean,
where were the punches, man?
No. When you drop
it was a
Facts
nursery
About the Man's album, when you drop about the Man's album, all right, cool.
Yeah,
How much of Biggie Rhymes gonna come out your fat lips? Come on.
I mean, when you're the greatest rapper of all time, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
I mean, at the Not So Soft podcast, there's very little Jay-Z can do wrong. So I mean, you're barking up the wrong tree here. Like,
yo, I will go on that hill.
Man wants to go on that hill and die on that hill alone.
I will go against Camel. I will go against him.
The man said you got one album every 10 years.
Yeah. I mean,
but it's still a nice album.
And that's facts.
Jay-Z taught me how to divide.
But that's facts, though. Like, how do you argue facts?
And the one thing I will say about Takeover is that it wasn't just a Nas diss; he was also dissing Mobb Deep. So he was going back and forth dissing two separate people on each verse. Like it was just
trying to do a 2-for-1 coupon thing. What's going on? Focus.
And technically, he also on Super Ugly. He also dissed J.O. Felony. So everybody got it.
I'm gonna switch it. When Jay-Z low key went at Nas on "Is That Your Bitch?" I'm gonna switch it.
That's a hard verse still.
That's tough.
Don't let him hear that, though, Earl.
That verse. Sorry, Nas.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah,
for me,
but Jay-Z also like takes Nas's lyrics and uses them in songs and things, man.
Yeah, but he made it
like how. In my teeth.
That's not teeth. That's not teeth. See, when you're the king, everybody else pays taxes to you, and you use those tax money as you see fit.
Man, man.
You use that tax money to get a better haircut, man. What's going on, man? Looking like buttermeat over there.
Man's just dissing.
You know the one thing about it though is I feel like everybody leaves Nas. The best Nas diss that he did to Jay-Z was "Wanna Be Me" on the 8 Mile soundtrack. If that was in question more often, it might shift a little. That record was
I agree. I'll give you kudos for that. True.
For me, it comes down to two of the ones that I play the most. So it's either Common, the bitch in you, when he was going at West Side Connection, because that was
He went
1
hard.
against 3, and he had
Killed them.
Or it would be Beanie Siegel's diss track towards Jadakiss, the one that we didn't hear the ending of it, and he just kept rapping because that track right there was the one because when Jadakiss came out with his own, they were like, "Yo, Beanie can't keep up with Jada." And Beanie went in and he went crazy on that track. Like, I was just listening to it back like 2 days ago, and I was like, man, if we could hear the ending of like the actual song, like what he said at the end, I think it got even more disrespectful at the ending of it. Like,
I think if we heard that whole song, he'd still be rapping right now. I don't think he stopped.
There was what? It was like 4:30 straight, and then it faded out. Yeah, and then he was still going. Like,
I'm sure there is like 3 hours of lyrics written, and he rapped for 15 minutes until they said, "All right, we actually have to make records now."
Yeah, like those two to me, man. Those two were like top up there for me.
Yeah, that might be the best. That might be the best battle ever. I don't think there's a better battle than that.
I will say this: the better battle is Sheik versus 50, and the only reason why I say that is because 50 wouldn't respond to Sheik, and Sheik just kept going. Like, Sheik refused. It was like the Joe Budden Drake beef, when you heard one track and you're like, okay, cool. And then Joe Budden just kept putting out songs, and people are like, wait, but Drake's not responding. That's what Sheik did for a whole mixtape. Like, he put out a whole mixtape dissing 50, and 50 didn't say shit back to Sheik. Like,
well, what can you say to a man that might drop a fridge on your head?
Or shoot your little brother off his bike.
Oh, that song.
Nothing.
That song made me so glad. That song made me so glad I didn't have a little brother.
I always said that if I started a record label, the first 2 acts I'm signing is Sheik and MOP, because nobody's messing with my record label. Yeah, like, I got the craziest people on my label. All right, I'm good. Like,
that's true.
Do you remember G-Unit signed MOP and didn't put out their tracks? That was literally just for street cred at that point right there.
I would. I'm sure MOP didn't mind either. They're like, oh, we get to beat up all the niggas we want? I bet.
And don't worry, 50 endlessly supplied them with niggas to beat up.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
That man still be doing everybody and anybody.
Facts. Yeah. Or I might have to put Jadakiss Checkmate up there.
That was good.
Yeah.
Towards
that's a good one.
Anything that came out of that D Block camp where they were dissing somebody is their top 50 mentionables. Every diss track those guys have made are top 50.
Oh yeah, they didn't play.
Nah.
All right, so now
are we gonna skip over Pusha T though?
Which one?
I was expecting
the latest diss track.
I was expecting everybody to mention back to back, but when it
I'm
comes
gonna
to
leave that alone, man.
Sorry, not when it was even written by the guy delivering it.
Yo, I'm not hype beasting.
That was daylight, man.
Damn, I didn't expect. I'll be honest, I didn't expect that because
I wouldn't even put Life of Adidon above Exodus.
I probably wouldn't either.
Because to me, Exodus going against Lil Wayne at that time, that one there was a different one. But I wouldn't put Life of Adidon. To me, it had the shock value of the fact of just, oh, he has a kid that people didn't know about, and then the shock value of him saying something disrespectful about OVO 40 and MS, right? Like that. Like, to me, it was just those two things that made that real impactful. But like, bar for bar, I put Exodus above Life of Adidon.
For sure. I got a question. How does everybody feel about him speaking like that about 40? Like, was that over the line? Was that disrespectful? Was that like what?
Beef is beef, man. There's no such thing as As a fair fight, man.
Like, yo, Styles P and Davies said it themselves. Yo, listen, if you're going to make a diss track, there's no rules. If you want to make a diss track and another comes hit you with a low blow, you can't say, oh, no, you shouldn't talk like that. No, you can't tell someone how to respond. So, straight up. Like,
I think people,
you don't want to get to the rap battle, don't say nothing then.
I think people just felt some type of way because he's actually like he's dying from this. So I think that's what people felt about it because he's literally dying from this. So,
but that's like the new generation.
I mean, there is no. Rob's right. There's really no rules when it comes to diss tracks and things like that.
In the true battle rap scene, like people go at your dead family, man. And like, and they'll do it like they won't do it over a track. They'll do it in your face on a live stage, and you just got to take it and just come back with better bars. That's it.
Facts.
And so for somebody that
listen to battle rap.
And for somebody that said that they wanted to battle Murder Mook if Murder Mook beats Sue Surf, like you should be expecting, like, you should have a tough enough skin to be like, all right, this guy said that, all right, this is how I'm gonna get back at him. You know what I mean? Like we've had in the culture, we've had bounties put up on people's heads on record, like that is. Yeah. We've had deaths over beefs, like just to have a quick line about one of your boys who's sick. Yeah, it was. Some people might say it was uncalled for, but it's still beef. Rap beef.
That's so, the game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're in for, and especially when you come from. I mean, a lot of people wanted to use the Pac talking about Prodigy's sickle cell, but I mean, like within our generation, I mean, Gucci been taunting Jeezy about shooting his homie. Yeah. Like he said, like regularly says it. Even now, like the beef is, I mean, well, it's never over for them, but the beef is not in prime time. This nigga's still talking about it. Like I think every Gucci record.
Jeezy don't want none of those parts. After he sent those manner and he killed those two guys, or he's not having it.
Ah, man.
We still have T.I. talking about pulling up in Houston. So like, it's. I mean, yeah. It's a different thing. So for people that know the history of like rap beefs, it wasn't shocking to them when they heard that. It was more like the newer generation that aren't really used to those old ways and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh man, you can't say stuff like that. Come on,
you have to say stuff like that."
The Charmaine soft generation.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
The
Generation Charmaine.
The Cottonelle generation.
Generation Charmaine.
Exactly.
I like that.
Too soft, man. Honestly, if you get sensitive about that, then you shouldn't be listening to beef. Go listen to like Taylor Swift or something.
Facts.
Yo, she disses every track too.
I mean, it's a lane. I mean,
yeah.
She does $140 in that lane, but that's
Yeah, she dates just to diss. So
yo, imagine being happy that you caught a body on her and then she disses you and it goes platinum. Like your new girl's gonna be singing the Sneak Diss song.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I just saw August Alsina and Rick Ross put out a track called Entanglement.
Yes.
So listen to that.
That's a great diss track. Yo, Ross's first bar with the flips on Will and Jada.
That means
I gotta listen to that. I haven't listened to that.
Wait, what? So wait,
Willpower and Jaded.
All right, wait, was Ross disrespectful? I haven't heard.
Yes, Ross is very out the gates. He's talking about not having willpower and he feels jaded.
Yo,
I gotta listen to that.
I just realized that Rick Ross is richer than we think. Because if you want to go, he's not trying to get into movies.
No, he's not.
No, what do you mean? What do you mean? They're shooting Coming to America 2 from his house.
At his house.
They shoot movies at his house.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Rick Ross has a lot of money.
He has a lot of money, a lot of investments. Like, don't get Ross messed up, man.
He just never wants to be on screen. He'll never be in Bad Boys 4.
Rose.
It's gonna be Bad Boy 4, Bad Marriage for Life. But all right, let's move on to the next one. We don't want to get banned from all that. So
I'm sorry. See,
yeah.
you see how easily Not So Soft permeates into other podcasts. Yeah. I'm trying to be on my best behavior.
So album feature drop. So this is going to be a twist on start, bench, cut, but this is just music form. So you can't say a person has an album and you're featuring that person on their album and you're dropping the other person. It's if you were the record executive and you have an artist, these three are basketball players, which one are you going to put out their album? Which one are you going to put on a feature with somebody else? And which person are you dropping from your label? So the first one is Aaron Gordon, Iman Shumpert, and Lonzo Ball.
Jesus.
I'll go first. I'm taking Aaron Gordon. That diss track here, Dwayne Wade, that song's actually fire.
9 to 5? Yeah.
The song's actually fire. So I'm taking him, number one. Feature, I'll take Iman Shumpert, Lonzo Ball.
Get out.
Yeah. He's gone.
All right, I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna take Iman Shumpert. I'm gonna give him the album because I've heard Iman spit before. He's pretty nice. He's pretty nice.
Yeah.
He has a dope verse on Tiana Taylor's album.
Yep.
Yeah, he's nice. I'm sorry, Rob. Aaron Gordon, that diss track was super dude. That was trash. I don't know what you heard, but that was trash. You know what?
God damn.
I'm going to have to give him that feature. I'm going to give him the feature because you know who else is trash? Lonzo Ball is dude. Lonzo Ball, you're out of here.
He's about as trash
Aaron
as
Gordon
his
is just a little bit better than Lonzo Ball. So just by default, Lonzo's gone. I don't know what you heard. That thing was super dude.
You know what? I didn't expect it, and it was just like, oh, okay. Like, yo,
don't backpedal. You'll stand your ground.
That thing was trash. Man, like, you know it's trash when D Wade's laughing. Like, Wade was laughing when he heard it. He's like, this is the best you can do?
He's like, that's a pillow fight.
He's on a different realm. You can't even be with it, doesn't care.
Yeah.
Oh God.
For me, it would probably be I'm keeping Shumpert because he can spit. Funny thing though is I'm gonna have Lonzo Ball.
Don't do it.
Feature. Yeah.
Don't do it.
Nah, here's why. Even if he's trash,
it's gonna sell.
So is Puff. I can get somebody to write for Lonzo, and it's gonna work because he's got a little bit of fire underneath him, and I mean he's had to deal with his pops his whole life. Like he's got a story. I just need to figure out how for him to say it. And
his album's gonna be daddy issues.
Even if that's a fact. But even if I get his dad to ghostwrite his album for him, that shit's gonna go. At least one single's gonna go. At least one single's gonna go.
Damn. So what I'm hearing from Neno is he's gonna get SZA to write Lonzo Ball's verse.
Shit, I just might.
Yeah.
Neno with the in-depth analysis.
Hey man. I'll fuck around and get Black Thought to write his album. Y'all tripping. I'm gonna get this nigga.
Black Thought is not writing for that fool at all. You are tripping if you think Black Thought's putting a pen.
You don't want him to become light
Lonzo,
man.
Yeah.
Yo, Black Thought is too busy
making real music
for 20 minutes each time.
Yeah.
So
Black Thought is too busy being the best rapper active.
Yeah. You don't want to mix that.
Essay, who you got?
Lonzo Ball should even be in the conversation for how he disrespected hip hop. All right. When they asked him about like real hip hop, he scuffed at it. So I don't even know. Yo, he's not even allowed in the studio.
Didn't he say Nas was trash?
Yeah, exactly. How dare you?
Didn't he say Nas was old? Did he say Nas was trash, or did he say Nas was like old?
Whatever he said, it was disrespectful.
He didn't know his music. Like, this generation don't listen to Nas. I think that's what he said. This generation don't listen to no Nas.
Yeah, yo. I respect his opinion as much as I respect his shoes, man. They're trash. All the trash. So,
Wow. This man had to bring the shoes into it.
Hey, I'm gonna go back at him, but yeah, Iman Shumpert gets the album, and AG gets the feature.
Yo, his shoes are so trash he didn't even wear them. That's
I know.
Yeah. He wore them for like 15 minutes, and he took them off mid-game.
And had enough to sell those bootleg slippers for $1,000.
So what I'm taking from this is none of you guys are going to be on my promotion team when I put out my Lonzo Ball single.
No, I'm good. I'm straight. Get him out of here. I'm straight.
Coach, who you got?
It's easy. I'm gonna start Amon. I mean, yeah, I'll do the album with Amon. That's pretty easy.
This man says start Amon.
And then my feature will definitely be Aaron Gordon. And then Lonzo. Sorry, but I'm gonna drop him.
So I'm gonna sign him for mad cheap now. Like everybody, all the other labels are dropping him. I'm gonna sign him for a deal.
So Rob has a little technical difficulty, so we're just gonna continue without him.
That's what happens when you say age is fire. You get dropped.
See the power of Dwayne Wade. He came over and locked him up. So for me, I'm gonna go Amon with the album, Aaron Gordon with the feature, Lonzo getting dropped. Neno, you can feature him on your mixtape.
Hey man, I'm gonna get that Laffy Taffy remix or something. Watch.
Oh, wow.
You can have a feature with Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No, okay. Oh, okay.
I'm good. I'm not listening to that one. I'm good. Y'all can listen to that. Tell me how it sounds.
So the next one, Steven Jackson, Shaq, or Ron Artest / Meta World Peace.
Panda Friend.
You know what? I'm gonna have to say, just because I've heard him spit, I'm gonna have to say give the album to Shaq, because Shaq had some hits back in the day as well. He's a pretty good rapper when he puts his mind to it. He's good. Steven Jackson feature, because you know how he is. He's a gutter dude. He's that hardcore rapper, gangster rapper. And who was the next one?
Ron Artest.
And Ron Artest, yeah, I've heard Ron Artest. He's garbage. He's not a good rapper at all, and he's gonna have to get out of here. I've heard Ron Artest. He can't spit.
I would flip it. I'd have the album. I'd have Stack 5's album. Steven Jackson as my album, and then my feature would be Shaq, because I think he has some 1-2 punchlines here and there. Like he's been on some big tracks with I think he had Biggie on the track or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, Can't Stop the Rain.
So some big tracks. So
I was thinking of that song. What's that song he had? Rain or something like that?
Yeah, Can't Stop the Rain.
Can't Stop the Rain. Yeah, I was thinking of that. I'm like, he went hard in that. That was a really good track. So I was thinking of that too.
So I'd have him as my feature, because he has I think Steven Jackson would just have more of a story to tell, just his persona. I think
that's fair. That's fair.
Even listen to him on his podcast, he just talks some real shit, you know. So I'd rather have him as the album, and then have Shaq sprinkled in as the feature. And then I'll cut Ron.
I'd take Shaq, and just because it's Shaq, I'm gonna sell. Again, I'm off, so I'm taking Ron Artest as a feature, just because I think I can promote that. I think I can work that. I'm really thinking about it as a record exec. I could work a Ron Artest. I could, because he's just gonna do whatever I tell him to do, and I'm gonna just have him making new school MLP records.
You sure about that? He's going to do whatever you tell him you tell him?
I just have to have him make the record and show up at the place. I can't control if he punches all the fans. That's fine. Like, I can still make this work. But, you know, yeah. But, Steven Jackson, I just don't think he's going to listen to me. He's not going to show up where I want him to show up. He's not going to do what I want him to do. Like, he's a little too hard to control as far as, you know, if I'm being like a sleazy money over everything record exec. Yeah, he's too hard to control. Shaq, I can tell him, hey, listen, you know the money's here, so let's just go get it. Do what I tell you to do for this little bit, and then go run your 73 other companies and things that you got to do.
Yeah, Shaq's still an entertainer at the end of the day. In his mind, still an entertainer.
That is true.
Yeah,
that is
Sure,
true.
he is.
I think for me, it depends if you're trying to make an album for the streets or you're trying to make an album for millennials. If you're trying to make an album for the streets, which I most likely would try to do, it's Stack for the album.
Facts.
And then I would put Shaq as a feature because I don't know why Shaq is not that good. I don't know where everybody's getting this. Have you guys seen his diss against Dame?
Oh my God!
but that's Shaq now. We're talking about Shaq then. That's Shaq now.
I don't.
Like, the man's like 48 years old. Like, I'm not expecting him to be
Shaq,
good now.
I don't know. Shaq back then was not
He can
fire.
spit.
Well, that's different.
Shaq back then was not
Say
super
Shaq Fu
fire
was good?
either.
He was all right. He was getting albums and stuff.
He was surrounded by a bunch of highly skilled rappers. That's what he was. He was the guy.
The man had gold albums and stuff.
Yeah, he's got. Actually, I think the one that had Biggie on it is platinum. I'm pretty sure Shaq went platinum.
Yeah.
Because he had Biggie on it.
He was getting busy.
He's getting accolades for his features, not for him. Not for his bars.
I think Hove ghost wrote some shit. I'm pretty sure he had ghostwriters too.
Oh yeah, he had that.
I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that.
That line where he's like, Kobe, tell me how my ass tastes. That was
No. He wrote that shit. I know he wrote that shit.
Kobe, tell me how.
That was all him.
But yeah, I'll put in Stack on the album.
Man. Not gonna stand Kobe. I said we're not gonna slander Kobe here no more, man.
That's not slander.
Francis not having it. He's ending it here. No more Kobe
that's not slander. Kobe would have heard that and said that's soft and go back to studio, do better.
Straight up. But
so I'm not mad at that.
Stack on the album, Shaq on the feature. I never even heard our test. I'm not really interested in seeing our test. Being honest, man. You just sound like you'd be out of control.
You guys are just throwing these easy lobs to me. That's fine. I'll take him. If he can't get signed anywhere else, trust me, I'm gonna sign him for like a Twinkie. He's like, I'm gonna get this money.
We have Lonzo Ball featuring Ron
Artest. I'm gonna have a bunch of preteen females fighting in the stands because they showed up to watch Lonzo, but they gotta fight off Ron Artest because he's in the stands swinging. It's gonna be great. Get sponsored by Panda Express. I'm telling you, I'm winning.
It's the former Lakers album.
Yeah.
That was good.
Not so Showtime.
So for me, I'm going Steven Jackson because I think that he would be able to get a bunch of features on his own. Like I know he has good relationships with a bunch of artists, especially like Trade the Truth. I think like that type of stuff. Like it'd be one of those. I go Shaq on the feature because I think if you just tell Shaq just do 16. You'll probably get his better 16. If you tell him to do a whole album, you're going to skip probably like 8 out of the 10 tracks that's on there. Yeah. And I'm dropping Artest, but I will pick him up as security. So I'll be like, hey, just picture them all are James Harden and just elbow your way through. Yeah. And the last one, here we go. AI. Kobe or Steve Francis?
I'm taking AI to do the album. I'm taking AI now to do the album because he had a life before basketball. Then he was the biggest thing in the world. Then he got, then he exited the league. And then he was broke for a while. Now he got money again. I mean, he has a very, very full story to tell. Mm-hmm. and I'm taking Kobe for the hook. Kobe for the hook. I'm taking Kobe for the feature. He's probably gonna do the hook, but I'll take Kobe for the feature just because Kobe's not good. Kobe was not great, but with that Mambo mentality, knowing that he didn't get the album, I'll probably get a very solid mixtape run out of him.
Yep.
With Tyra.
With Tyra.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I never ever want to hear Tyra.
With a lip full, basketball, beats
and broads. No. Like super pass on that. No.
Dwayne, who you got?
I'm gonna have to say AI for the album. Just as Neno was saying, I mean, that story, I think we all want to hear it. Just him, I mean, getting arrested before he got to college, and him even somehow making it into college. Just that whole, and then get into the NBA, just changing the whole scope of the NBA fashion, just everything. Yeah. I think he could give you some bars with that and give you a great album. I would have to say Kobe for the feature. I mean, Kobe I wouldn't even say he was all right. I mean, he could do, but the thing is, you know, when Kobe puts his mind to something, but it's not slander, bro. I'm just speaking facts. I'm sorry, I can't help it with this one. But I mean, with Kobe, you know, when he puts his mind to something, he can do whatever he wants. So I mean, he's gonna bust his ass to try and give you a solid album, or at least something passable or decent. Yeah. And for Steve Francis, I mean, I don't think he'll do anything. So. That's it for me.
Okay. Fuck it. I'm putting the album out with Kobe. Fuck all y'all.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Trash ass album.
Yeah. Francis he has no choice.
The album ain't gonna even make the playoffs, man.
Jeez. I'm putting the album out with Kobe. Fucking me. And then,
feature Kobe. Drop Kobe.
And then I'm gonna actually switch it up. I'm gonna put Steve Francis as a feature, just because my last name Francis.
I was gonna say you just want to do an album called Francis and Friends. Stop it.
That's it.
Francis and Friends.
Yeah, Francis and Friends. Yeah, fuck it. And
you guys can do flips and decide, you know, who's producing, who's rapping. You can't really tell, you know.
And then,
Francis, you know, I'm gonna sign you. You should be my feature. Like, you come over here. We're gonna get this done.
And then I'm gonna drop AI because, you know, like, for all the people he been dropping in his career.
Wow. That's the way you justify it?
Wow.
It's only right, you know. So.
Okay.
I get it, because it's not like AI's not gonna go back and re-record anything, because that's all just practice. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna try to one take everything.
Yep.
That might not work.
For once this pod, I'm gonna agree with Neno. And I'm gonna give AI the album, and two reasons why I'm signing Kobe to the feature is A, like you guys said, he's gonna put his best on deck. But if you don't have him either in the album or the feature, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna get the best people he can get and come back and do a clapback album, right? So to avoid like the wrath of Mamba mentality, I'll put Kobe on the feature too. Yeah,
that's good. No, that's good.
You know what? For me, I'm gonna give Kobe the album because I need to hear Kobe and Tyra again. I am going to feature AI, and then I am going to drop Steve Francis just because that dunk off with Vince Carter that it was just straight lobbing.
Yeah.
And then catching. So like I'm like, nah. I know you could. I know he couldn't palm the ball and everything. That's all well and good, but like, nah.
That's my answer.
There we have it, folks.
That's it. Hey. For the record, no is a complete sentence.
It is.
That's facts.
It is. I think I got 3 responses back from people from the pilot episode when I answered a question that I said, and I'm not going to explain it. We're just going to move on. And they're like, "You really sound like a Jamaican dad on that podcast." So I've been trying to work on being more articulate with my answers, but at some points I'm just going to literally just be like, "Nah, I ain't explaining nothing."
That pretty much just sums it up.
Yeah. All right. So, top 5 albums to you ever. What is your top 5 albums?
All right, I got it.
All right, I'm gonna start this. I gotta say, we gotta say Illmatic, Nas.
Sir.
That should be in everyone's top 5, I think. Just forget beginning to end. That whole
even Neno's
that album.
I don't know about all that. I will say I liked. It was written.
It was written. Yeah.
It was written was better, wasn't it?
was better than Illmatic.
It's preference. It's a preference thing. I've seen people say it was.
This is too me. This is too me.
Okay, my bad. I mean, he said it's gotta be my top 5. I'm crazy. I like Stillmatic more than Illmatic.
This is my truth.
But okay, yeah. So Illmatic. I gotta say, Reasonable Doubt. That's another one for me.
Yeah.
You know what? That Low End Theory, Tribe Called Quest. I love that album.
Yes,
that's a really good. That's a really good project.
I'm not
for
mad
me. I gotta go. You know what? Just because what that album like when that album came out, not Kendrick to Pimp a Butterfly. That album, the whole every song on that album was crazy. Yeah. Like I don't know how you guys feel about that album, but every song of that album was crazy.
Nah,
that was
that album came out
put together project.
That album came out when I was working overnights at a grocery shop, and I used to only play that album for like each one of my shifts. Like that's one of those albums.
I had that on replay. I had it on replay. Yeah. And then my fifth, I have to say, B.I.G. I gotta say, Ready to Die.
Yes, sir.
I think that album was an amazing body of work from Big. So I think that'd be my top 5.
Solid list.
Yes.
Coach, you're up.
All right, I'll go. Okay, I got my favorite album of all time is It's Dark and Hell is Hot, DMX.
Yeah.
That's my all time favorite album. And then I'll go College Dropout. College Dropout.
I knew someone was gonna say that.
Yeah, and then I got Get Rich or Die Trying.
Okay.
That's my third.
Okay.
And then my fourth probably be The Blueprint. One. Yeah, I like the album.
you have to
be specific. Yeah.
Especially here.
Yeah. You gotta be specific.
That Blueprint. Oh my God, I just want to
yeah. And then like my like low key, like I fuck with it, but I might get some standard for it. But my next album would be like what's it called again? Fucking Nothing Was the Same, Drake.
Yeah. So, top 5?
That's mine personally, just because like for me, when I think of albums, I like albums that like I can listen to from start to end, not skip a song.
Like replay value.
Yeah.
Over and over.
Yeah, that's just me personally. So like not necessarily like his bars or like that kind of shit, but just like I can listen to it over and over again and like not skip a song. That's just me personally. Yeah. Right. Okay. So like there are other albums that I fuck with too, but like just for like I can listen to. Yeah, that's my 5. So.
All right. I guess I'll go. So first and foremost, pay homage, give respect to Illmatic, the #1 album of all time. All right. Now it's like an Afrocentric Asian, half man, half amazing. I can listen to that front to back to front on repeat. Next up, we got Ready to Die by B.I.G. Then we got The Infamous by Mobb Deep.
Okay.
Yes, sir. When I'm feeling like I'm about to go play ball or I'm about to go hard at the gym, that album gets me going. And then College Dropout by the old Kanye.
Old Kanye for sure.
Yes, sir. And then the last one is kind of like an eclectic choice, but Mad Villainy by Mad Villain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid list.
I have like a ranged palette for hip hop, so
Yeah.
You know?
Shit. Damn. Probably. Damn. I should have thought about this. You know what's crazy? I did think about this, and it changes every time I've come to about the third one, and then I gotta move something around. So I mean, this list will never last past this podcast. Tomorrow's gonna be something different. But as of right now, Exhibit's Restless. That is that's gotta be like the most underrated album I've ever.
That's a good choice.
Mike Tyson by Sean Price. That's one of my favorite albums. Probably Get Rich or Die Trying. Just cause, you know what? Scratch that. Curtis by 50 Cent. I really like that album. It's a stupid good album. Not enough credit for that one. Freddie by Freddie Gibbs.
wow.
Yeah,
that's my guy right now. I'm listening to Freddie right now. That's my guy right now. Alfredo. Who?
Yeah, that Freddie by Freddie Gibbs, that album right there set off where he made a top 3 rap album that year, arguably the best rap album that year. Then he did it again the following year, and he's done it again this year. So yeah. And wait, what am I on? 3 or 4?
4.
I'm on my 4th. Yeah, anything by Griselda, just slot it in here. It'll change tomorrow, but anything by Griselda currently right now. And the one that'll probably never move is Volume 2, Jay-Z's Volume 2. Which one was Volume 2? Was that Hard Knock Life?
That was Hard Knock Life, wasn't it?
Okay, my bad. Volume 1. That has to be one of the best Jay-Z albums. That one or American Gangster. You know, fuck it, American Gangster.
All right.
Yeah, see, that's how bad it is. And in the back of my mind,
fluctuating all over the place.
Right now, because right now I'm like, yo, I should have said King. I should have said, like, I got problems.
Yeah.
Right, don't ask me. In an hour, I'm gonna have a new set. Don't even ask me.
All right, for me, it's gonna go Reasonable Doubt, Baduism, Erykah Badu.
Okay.
That's a great album.
Miseducation of Lauryn Hill.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you got a cheat list, man.
Commons B.
Fuck.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah.
And Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's my 5. So
Senator's all about his vibes with his list. These are vibes.
all about my vibes, man. I can't choose like a straight 5 hip hop, but if I had to like replace, because some people don't consider Miseducation of Lauryn Hill or Baduism like hip hop stuff. So if I had to replace those, then it'd be It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yeah.
And most likely it would be, to tell you the truth, it might have to be 56 Nights. Future.
Shit, yeah.
With March Madness on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's different. Like I'm just how I feel in the moment too, right?
Yeah.
But if you guys this is the last question for this podcast. So if you guys could you guys all named off top 5. So if you could only listen to one album for the rest of your life, what album would that be?
Blueprint 2. Hands down. Because if I have to listen to that, then I'm going to figure out why I hated it so much. Because it really wasn't bad. It was just too long. So if I can only listen to that many songs, I'll just take them all. Figure out why they were bad. Figure out why they were good.
Sure.
Yeah. For me, I will have to pick To Pimp a Butterfly. That's the type of music I listen to. I'm with that that jazz funk sound. But when you're throwing Kendrick on there, for me that's just a perfect mix, perfect match. So that's the type of stuff that I kind of rock with. So for me, it'd be To Pimp a Butterfly.
So, yeah. Coach.
Yeah. So as I said, like my favorite album of all time is the DMX album. But if I gotta listen to only one album, like it might be that College Dropout.
Yeah.
It might be that College Dropout. So that's my answer. Just because, yeah, Kanye was a different animal then, man. So.
Yo, Celebration was on that album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that song. That song. It's a good song.
I'm the same. Like Illmatic's my favorite, but like it's like Kanye, the College Dropout has a spectrum to it, right? So it has a spectrum from like easy listening to kind of going in, to kind of just vibing. So if it's the rest of my life where it's like album I can stand in the background when I'm doing other stuff, then yeah, that definitely would be College Dropout for me too.
And for me, it wouldn't be any of the albums already named. That's the crazy. So my album would be the Usher Confession album.
Wow.
No, Sean, we can't do that. Sean, we can't do that. We can't laugh at this man. Sean, we can't laugh at this man like that, man.
If you gotta go back.
It's a personal.
You gotta go back and take in the wide range of songs on that one, because that was the one with like Throwback with Jadakiss. It's the one with both Confessions on it, Caught Up.
It hits on that album.
Like
a lot of hits.
And it was like
Netflix
20
and chill music.
It was like 20 something tracks on that one. So like I could play that for a long time.
I'm telling you, Senator's a vibe dude, guy. This guy don't play. He's a vibe dude. Senator being his lazy boy, just back there, just got the headphones on, just listening to his music, got his popcorn, like he's chilling.
Now that everybody's done it, I cannot believe y'all let me say Blueprint 2 and just like took that one. Y'all like, oh, he's just gonna say that? Yeah. All right, let this nigga say shit. Let's move on.
That's how you feel.
Y'all
that's
really
how you
feel it? Damn.
Wow, wait.
Choices, man. You want to change it? You want to change it?
Nah, that's not my truth. I was just playing, but everybody was like all quiet. I was like, that joke fell flat. All right, y'all keep it moving.
If that's how you feel, okay. So what's the real one? What's your real choice?
The real choice. It would probably be My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
Right.
It's Plus, he did a lot of producing. I could just freestyle on the end of all those records.
Yeah, that's true.
So three of us are Kanye.
Yeah, man. Old Kanye was something else.
Something else. Yes, he was, man. It's something different.
Pre-Kardashian.
Yeah. And I mean, he can even keep a Kardashian. I just need him to just, like, anytime he's not making music, I just need him to shut the fuck up. That's all.
On all platforms.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
All right, so at this point right now, we're just going to allow everyone to plug their social media and whatever else they have coming up. So we'll start with Neno.
You can still reach me at Neno Rockwell on Instagram. I don't know for how long, but if it's not there suddenly, you can find me at the Not So Soft Pod on Instagram.
All right. Dwayne?
You can find me on my Instagram at Chaz, CHAS _Tenenbaum, TENENBAUM.
Dope. Coach?
My IG is Real Deal _Francis. You can't spell that, something wrong with you.
Always. I don't even want your follow.
I'm with Cap. You know what it is. I'm with Cap. That's what it is.
Sir.
All right.
That's it?
You can find me on IG at Pro Chatterbox. Look out for the Talks with the Chatterbox podcast coming soon.
And you can find me at The Senator. Make sure to follow the Instagram page at the.chatroompod. Also, I'm on the Not So Soft podcast. We release it every Friday. You can get it wherever podcasts are released. Also, if you have a take and you want to submit a video, send it to thechatRoomPod@gmail.com, and you can be included into the Chat Room Podcast. So that is something that we're working on right now. So we're looking for video submissions. So if you have any takes or you have any questions that you want to ask any of the people that are on the Chat Room Podcast, make sure to send it to the email, thechatRoomPod@gmail.com. And once again, follow the Instagram at the.chatroompod. And this has been the Chat Room Podcast and the Not So Soft Podcast, your favorite baller's favorite podcast.